The next person that I'm going to introduce is very important to Muskegon County because there was never a veteran center. And for all that they do since 1994, there is still much more to be done. When I was in neuropsychiatric nursing, there was no PTSD, STPCs. We just knew that men were ill and that they had neurological disorders. And now, because of technology and because of the growth in medicine, the field of medicine, and because we have veteran centers, we are able to deliver services to the men and women of the armed forces. And trust me, whatever we're doing in Muskegon, more can be done. And because of Dave Ealing, who was our first and only director of the Veterans Center, we are moving forward. So Dave will now introduce and present our award.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria. Appreciate that. And a nurse. I was no medic, so these ladies were worth their weight in gold, and they saved us on many occasions. It's kind of a different perspective from sitting up here looking out at the audience, because when Frank was up here talking about you're going to have a presentation on models, I'm going to tell you, some of you older guys here, your eyes balls went up, and you're thinking, ooh, this could be interesting. I didn't know it was going to be about models and stuff, you know, and then I could see the eyebrows going, oh, it's planes. I thought it was going to be models, but great presentation. I really appreciate that. And I see that Sergeant Major Orville Sidnor is present and accounted for. Doesn't he look good? Still in his uniform? Look at him, huh? And he's seated in a place of honor with his lovely wife, Hattie. Hattie, thank you for showing up with him and sticking by him all these years. Welcome to you both. And I hope each of you had an opportunity to read his bio there tonight. It's pretty extensive. And because it points out one very important thing is that Orville served in a military that's very different from today's military. Yeah. He served in a segregated military. And I've had a privilege of knowing many of the folks, the older World War II guys, and especially the black veterans, and I could never understood. I said I would be shot, court-martialed, being in jail. How you gentlemen were able to go and serve your country and fight in an organization that when you came home you didn't have the same rights as everybody else that was fighting in that. And old Naaman said it best. I think he said, well, my stripes around with Velcro, because I'd get them on and I'd do something stupid, they'd take them back off. And I'd go get them again and they'd put them back on and they'd take them back off again. And so my hats were off to you gentlemen, because I don't know if I would have the patience or the calmness to do all that in that environment. And to survive and make it to today is you're a tribute to these young men and women who probably haven't got a clue of what you men and women did in leading the way to make the military what it is today, which is a lean, mean fighting force. So thank you for sticking with it. Appreciate that. Orville is a fellow senior non-commissioned officer. Can I address you by Orville? Is that all right? Or do I have to call you Sergeant Major? Orville's good. Okay. Orville, you were nominated and unanimously voted as the recipient of the 2015 Dr. Robert E. Garrison Award. Unanimous. Because he asked me, he said, who's on that committee? I said, oh, I'm not naming names, but I will tell you this, it was a unanimous vote, and his eyes lit up. He said, oh, really? They love me. They really love me. And I said, yeah, we do. We really love you. It was good. And this award is presented to black military veterans who during and after their military careers made a positive difference in not only in the military units that they served in, as we saw here, they distinguished themselves and have through the history of the military. The black soldiers have Buffalo Soldiers, the tank battalions, and on and on and on. They've always distinguished themselves. But then when they came home to their community, they furthered their involvement within the community, as Dr. Garrison did. And that's what this award is, kind of a citizenship award, if you will. It's what you did when you came home and you transitioned from the military back into your community and you got involved with your community. You continued to make a difference through your churches, through your schools, through your neighborhoods. And that's what this award recognizes and is crediting you with. And Orville's bio reflects many firsts that he has accomplished in the many civic organizations, the commissions, and the committees that he serves on. and some of them up to this day. And I'd like to address my personal connection with this gentleman, and I emphasize the word gentle. This is probably one of the nicest, kindest gentlemen you'll ever meet in your life is Orville. He's always got a... Have you gotten your $5 worth yet? Or not? Let me repeat that again. And I mean that this is the sense of humor that he's always had I've known him since my own return from my military career back to this community. And he's always got that great smile, that quick wit, and the kindness and gentleness that he has, and I asked him why he was never a preacher, and he said, I could be if I wanted to. So I'm sure he could throw down with the best of them, and he probably will one of these days. So anyway, when I came back to this committee in 1990, Orville was very involved with the Port City Veterans of Foreign War Force 9388 for many years, and he participated with their honor guard. It's one of the uniforms that he wears, marching in many parades, even though his feet hurt him. The Veterans Day programs, he went out and he spoke to schools and talked to the school-age kids about what it meant to be a veteran, not a veterinarian, because we're always asked, hey, we get calls all the time, I got a cat that just cleans up, and I says, I got a few old veterans that'll neuter it if you want to bring it in, but that's not what we do as a living. So, but he would go out and set the record straight with the kids of what kind of veteran we were. And he talked about the American flag, folding of the flag, because a lot of the kids would go to funerals of a veteran and see the flag there and watch it being folded up, and what that whole ceremony meant. Each fold means something, and it's a great honor for us to participate. And probably one of the best things that he did, which is one of the hardest things to do, is to provide the military rights at funerals. As being part of the honor guard, not only for this post, but when the county council needed an honor guard, they grab them and they'd fill them in with them. And all of us have been to far too many funerals of our fallen comrades and our fellow veterans and stuff. So, Orville, thank you for all the funerals that you attended in military rights. And I know you talk about funerals, but when you come, I've been many times. People come up after the funeral and said, that part with the military guys, with the veterans, was one of the coolest part of the funeral. I said, and it is. It's to watch men and women who maybe didn't even know that veteran, but they knew him, who would come there and give their final respects, fold that flag, present it to the family, give that final salute, and then see that the taps are played in the 21-gun salute. And some of the 21-gun salutes sometimes don't go off the sequence, but by the third volley they got it down pretty good, but it's the meaning behind it. And a lot of times, unfortunately, it's the older vets that are still doing the military rights. And a lot of these guys will tell me, say, you kind of look to your left and you look to your right and taking bets of who's going to be next there, not up here and stuff, And they do. You got to kid about it. You got to do that. But we wonder where the younger vets are to come forward to do this. And that's our big worry. Us Vietnam vets, we're all in our 60s and 70s now, and we just don't see the younger vets coming forward. And I hope that they will to keep that tradition, because now they're having to go and get active duty military folks to come and from whatever branch of service that veteran was in to help do it. But right now they still do a lot of those.
City Glass and Mirror features glass for every purpose, servicing both residential and commercial. Their full-service showroom displays every aspect of what City Glass has to offer: handrails, closet systems, replacement windows, bath hardware, shower doors, and custom mirrors. They even offer auto glass and storefronts to see all they have to offer. City Glass and Mirror, located at 100 West 7th Street in Grand Haven and 631 Commerce Court, Suite 10 in Holland.
At Langlois Home Furnishing in Muskegon, we've been serving West Michigan for over 65 years. Langlois is a local family-owned store with national buying power. We carry the largest selection of mattresses from Serta in West Michigan. Plus, we can help with design ideas. We also have a great selection of the latest top brand appliances and HD TVs. Discover what's new for you at Langlois Home Furnishings on Henry Street in Muskegon.
The Pizza Ranch, featuring a buffet that is guaranteed to please even the pickiest eaters. From a full soup and salad bar, pizzas and breadsticks, to mouth-watering roasted chicken, potatoes and gravy, vegetables, drinks and desserts, all for just one price. Their menu features a wide variety of delectable favorites. You can dine in, carry out, or have your meals delivered. There's something for everyone at the Pizza Ranch.
Buckwheat Schultz and Associates Incorporated, investment products and services. For more information, call 799-9889 or 866-799-9889.
Orville was a part of the veterans movement back in the 1990s that was pushing for the passage of the Veterans Assistance Millage. First thing this has ever been done in the state of Michigan, and up until a couple of years ago was the only one. Muskegon County was the first and the only county to pass a veteran-specific millage, to form a county Department of Veterans Affairs, and have it operational. And 2 years ago, Oceana County passed it, and last year Kent County got so excited they were going to do this, they came running over us and wanted to form this coalition and join them in the passage of a millage. And a young lady was from college, and she had some kind of a thing to go out and rah-rah everybody up and include them all together. And I said, man, you're about 2 decades too late for Muskegon County. We did that 20 years ago. But now if you want to come on, we'll tell you how to do it right if you want to do it, because we're pretty good at it right now. And but Orville was there. He was one of the originals. And when in 1994, when the millage passed, the county formed the County Department of Veterans Affairs, and the law says that the county will appoint 4 veterans to sit on the Veterans Advisory Committee to oversee the expenditure of that millage money of the funds for the county burial allowance, soldiers relief, and headstone placement. And they said you could try to get one person from World War I, one from World War II, one from Korea, and whatever how it was going to be, if you could find them. Well, obviously the World War I guys were all gone. So there were 4 of the original people who were hired, who were not hired, you volunteered, you can raise the hand in the air, were appointed. The 2 World War II vets have since passed. So it was Joe Byerly and Bob Crisno. Bob Crisno was the other one. And they're gone. And so now we have our only Korean War veteran who's on that committee, Orville. And tonight with us also is Lupe Alviar sitting right over there. Lupe, raise your hand. Lupe's the Vietnam vet. So for 21 years, these 2 gentlemen have sat on that committee, read every single month, and make the determinations of the soldiers relief, the headstone placements and stuff, and really dedication. And Orville only missed a couple of times, and I'm going to talk about the times that he missed, why he did. He had a pretty good reason. We'll talk about that. So anyway, thank you, Lupe, for all yours, and Orville, thank you for that. And we have we have county commissioners that sit on that committee. Is our chairman, we're so lucky, who happens to be an Air Force man, sits on that. Terry Sabo, and he sits on the committee, and Bob Skolnick. Where's Bob? Bob's back here someplace. Oh, Bob's back over there. He sits also, a Vietnam veteran, and does a good job at it. Bob's on the job. Now, unless you think Orville just led this charmed life, and if you read his bio, he's done a lot of stuff. He's gone through everything and got accolades and was the honor boy this and all that kind of stuff. He did good. He did really good. But unless you think he never had what were you thinking moments, one of those. Let me tell you about one that he had. This happened, I wasn't sure if it was 2 years or so ago, but Hattie told me it was about 3 years ago. You know where this is going, don't you? I'll go. Orville thought it was time to get rid of an old refrigerator that he had down in his basement. Yeah, so he set his mind to accomplish this mission. He called upon a friend and one of his relatives, and the 3 of them, they go downstairs to the basement, and they wrestle this refrigerator over the bottom of basement steps, and they're going to take this refrigerator out of there. Now you got to remember, the Orville, remember him, he was the manager of the Walt Plant appliance store, the first manager ever. He knows appliances. And then he goes on to have his own Port City Maytag appliance store. You remember the old Maytag guy? Sitting around, nice clean uniform, never getting dirty, everything under control. And Orville, here he is, Maytag man. Well, Orville himself had moved hundreds, by his count, hundreds of refrigerators, and this would just be a piece of cake, getting this refrigerator out of his basement, out of there. Daddy thought it was a good idea. So he decides that he's going to be at the bottom of the refrigerator. And the two guys will be at the top because they're younger. And they're going to be going up the stairs backwards. And Orville just said, we'll just get this thing out of here. So here we go. We start up the stairs. And you're getting the feeling this is not going to be such a good idea? Yeah, Orville didn't. He thought it was a great idea. So as they progress up the stairs, every couple of steps they conquered, Orville says, "You got it?" And he hears from this call from up below, "Yeah, we got it." Couple more steps. "You got it?" "Yeah, we got it." So finally they get up near the top, and Orville's all but out of breath. He can't hardly even speak anymore. So, but he feels this refrigerator starting to shift a little bit. He says, "You got it?" Praying that he hears, "Yeah, we got it." But he hears, "We ain't got it." Last thing Orville remembers is riding that refrigerator back down the stairs, hits the bottom step. He flips over backwards, and the refrigerator flips on him, promptly busting his leg. So here he sits at the bottom of the stairs. He wasn't really crying too much, but he was in a little bit of agony and stuff. And Hattie looks down and she says, "What a disaster. I'm calling 911. "No, don't call 911. I'll be all right. I'll get his legs all back this way and twisted." He said, "I'm going to be all right." Hattie, thank goodness, calls 911. So needless to say, the only thing that got carried up the stairs that day was him by a couple of paramedics, and they took him to the hospital. And Orville did miss. He missed a few meetings while that leg was in a cast or whatever else, but soon it was out. He got back to bowling and golfing, and he came to the meetings, and that was it. So all together now, well, I have to say, Orville, what were you thinking? So Sergeant Major Sidnor, thank you for your service to our nation, and welcome home, my brother in arms. It's been a complete honor for me to know and work with you. And would you please come forward and to receive this prestigious Dr. Robert E. Garrison Award that you are so much in honor of. I want to salute from you first. No, I want to salute from all where you are. You the man. Is that Lord? All right. Give me a hand, sister. All right. Very good. Look at the Lord. Very nice. Very good.
In the 150 years we've been in business, many things have changed. Our greatest achievements are rooted in the things that haven't. Years ago, the person you called banker was also the person you called friend. When it came to service, there were fewer layers and friendlier smiles. And banks earned the trust of their customers and community while working tirelessly not to lose it. At Independent Bank, all this remains true today. Sure, we've made advances that help customers bank more conveniently and more comfortably. But at the end of the day, we know that people really need a trustworthy partner committed to their financial goals, dreams, and aspirations. And we've been happy to be that partner since 1864.
ASAP Auto Sales, located at 2486 South Getty Street in Muskegon, offers a wide selection of reasonably priced used vehicles from cars and trucks to vans, SUVs, and four-wheel drives. With new selections coming in every day, ASAP's lot is always full, which means whenever you drop in, there's about 100 vehicles to choose from. With a wide selection of vehicles, both domestic and import, they have it all. ASAP Auto Sales, 231-830-9000.
Life Circles, to provide comprehensive, compassionate, and team-based care to the frail elderly in partnership with their families and caregivers in order to maximize independence and their quality of life. Life Circles provides an alternative to traditional senior care service. Life Circle allows an individual in need of skilled nursing care to remain in their home or community setting and receive quality care from the program. Who is eligible? 55 years of age and older, certified by the state to require nursing home care, ability to live safely in the community, and reside in the service area of Life Circles. Area code 231-733-8686 for further information about Life Circles.
Boy, with an introduction like that cuts my speech to about 3 minutes.
I think a lot of people are happy.
I am deeply honored to have received the Robert Garrison Award. One thing I have to say, I have to admit that when I learned that I was a candidate, I was stunned. I could only think of others who had been received this honor. And I said, do I qualify along with them to get this honor? And I was really honored to know that I could have received that award. I expressed my gratitude to you. And I knew Dr. Garrison very well. He was our family doctor. In fact, my last 2 children was brought into this world by Dr. Garrison. Did he do a good job, Hattie? And you know, when you come out of the military and get involved in your community and do things, I look at the recipients that have got this award, how they got involved in the community, and I'm so glad that I could be honored to fall into that category. Thank you ever so much. I would like to recognize some people that are here. I see my pastor sitting out there along with his wife, and from New Hope Baptist Church. I'm so glad to see them. I go to a Tuesday morning Bible study, and it's a combination of 14 different churches and about 28 members, and we have a ball just about every Tuesday morning. And Bob Dawson did not make it, and he's the one that wanted to really get a table, but when he called, it was too late. They were sold out. So I see one of the members there, and I'm so glad to see you, Jerry, here. He's one of the members of that class. They told me that they were going to have the class send a letter to St. Peter and let them know that I might be on the way, and I was one of the good boys.
The St. Peter.
And there's some other people here I certainly would like to recognize. On the back of your folder, it lists a lot of thank yous, and it lists the Black Women's Political Caucus, and also the Sidnor family, which I'll introduce later, and the New Hope Men's Bible Study, which is on Tuesday, is mentioned there. The other group that I want to mention was the NAACP. I'm a life member of the NAACP. So glad to see their representation here for this award. That's about all I have to say, and I want to thank you. I want to thank the county commissioners for being here, and also the members of the advisory board. Thank you ever so much.
Don't sit down, we got a couple more.
One thing I forgot, I want to thank my family for their support over the years. I want to thank my wife, who's been by my side. One thing I want to mention, that in May of this year, she's put up with me for 60 years.
Oh, all right.
She was thinking about trading me in until she looked at the Blue Book value of an 85-year-old.
Does she have the typical, I've been married for 60 years to this guy look? And she said, yeah. Get it, we get this done. We have a couple more presentations. Tonight, Holly Hughes, the state representative, has a presentation from the state of Michigan. And Terry, you want to come up to the yours? And Terry's here as the chairman of the County Board of Commissioners. And Bob Skolnick's coming up. And Jeff's here, Jeff Lovin's right there, our county commissioner, yeah. Jeff, you wanna come up with it for the county part? Sure. Oh, and Mr. Nash is right there too. Well, you got all the commissioners. Oh, they're all, the whole group's there. Why don't the whole table come on up there? Well, let's speak up.
Well, the man of the hour, it's truly an honor and pleasure to be here for Mr. Sidnor. The first time I talked to him was about the Legends flight, and he was happy to help. He's always happy to help with veterans, and I appreciate you so much. And this guy here talks about you all the time. And he says better things than he said tonight.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Roast him a little bit.
Yeah, he's just giving you a hard time. But he does love you a lot.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, and brags about how you were there for them in the very beginning when everybody said no, this can't be done, and you all said yes it can, and you did it. One of the first in the whole state, and we're very proud of that, to have our hometown be a leader in honoring our veterans. So and doing something about it. So we're proud of you. This is a tribute from the state of Michigan. Because it's a special night, I do want to read this, and it's not all that long, but I want to make sure that we honor you the best that we can. So from the state of Michigan, this is a special tribute to Orville Sidnor. Let it be known that it was shared commitment to the noble ideals of our country that we join in saluting Orville Sidnor, as this loyal and unselfish individual is honored for his dedication to our veterans and their families. As members and friends gather to commend this patriotic man, we proudly add our own thanks for the contributions he continues to make in keeping alive our cherished liberties. A veteran of service with the United States Army for 48 years. That's a lot. That's dedication. Orville Sidnor never stopped serving his country when his formal military duties were at a close. Deeply appreciative of both the opportunities and responsibilities of citizenship and our system of self-government, Orville Sidnor has carried forth the same ideals as a civilian by serving on the, and this is what they could find in 20 minutes, so I'm sure there's more, so I apologize for whatever I missed. Serving on the Muskegon Heights Housing Commission, Muskegon chapter of the NAACP, Urban League of Greater Muskegon Board, Muskegon Heights City Council, Muskegon Heights Economic Development Board, trustee of New Hope Baptist Church, and the Muskegon County Veterans Board. Orville Sidnor is an outstanding example of the kind of person who's not content to sit idly while others take action. Through his hard work and civilian life, 66th Medium Tank Battalion and the 2nd Armored Battalion, he has made it clear that we have opportunities each and every day to put our love of country to good use in helping our fellow citizens. We all benefit from the patriotism of a man like Orville Sidnor. In special tribute, therefore, this document is signed and dedicated to commend Orville Sidnor, and he is recognized for excellence in service to America's veterans. And it's signed by myself, State Representative Holly Hughes, also State Representative Marcia Hovey Wright, Senator Jeff Hansen, and Governor Rick Snyder on this date, December 10th, 2015. Thank you so much for your service to our country and making our hometown proud.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Sergeant Major Terry Sabo, the chairman of the County Board of Commissioners, and I just want to say that we all heard the video earlier, and I'll tell you what, from a personal standpoint, the things that I heard in that video make me sick and are very embarrassing. But I want to add to this: what makes this honor today for what we can give to you makes it that much sweeter. So I want to turn this over to Commissioner Skolnick. He's one of our longest serving commissioners. But first, I want to introduce from the end, Commissioner Charles Nash. Commissioner Willistine Wilkins. Army veteran Commissioner Jeff Lohman. And again, congratulations.
Thank you ever so much.
And Commissioner Bob Skolnick.
Army veteran.
You know, when I was, you don't mind if I joke a little bit, do
No,
you?
no.
Okay. I don't, I've served with Orville on the Veterans Advisory Group since I've been a commissioner, which has been 12 years, and I thought that was a long time until I saw, or I heard tonight what was going on with him, and 12 years is like a blink. I also, I didn't realize your history with when you came in a segregated unit, and I have to tell you that I sort of feel some of that as a Republican in this county.
Thank you very much.
But anyway, no, Orville has been a fantastic guy, and I've really enjoyed serving on that board. And I think Dave's comments were spot on. I'm not going to read everything, but if you look at Orville's history, his history in the service and his history in this county, it's been fantastic, and it's something that anybody would be proud of. And Orville, on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, on behalf of all the citizens in this county, and myself personally, thank you very much.
Thank you.
The best way to stay healthy? Exercise your voice. At the new Mercy Health, we believe that carefully listening to you and encouraging you to take an active role in your own health care is an important part of keeping you healthy. So you'll find our extensive network of physicians not only use the latest technology, they focus on what you have to say. Your voice, our expertise. Mercy Health.
Traffic is a parking lot, so just go ahead and eat dinner without me, okay? Yeah, love you too. Hello, Jimmy John's? You ordered Jimmy John's? Wow, that was fast.
I would have been here sooner, but this traffic stinks.
Jimmy John's. Order online at jimmyjohns.com. Jimmy John's, freaky fast delivery.
Hello, my name is Brett Wright. I own and operate Phoenix Crematory Services. Phoenix Crematory Services is located in Muskegon, Michigan, and we work with area funeral homes offering cremation services. We also are able to work directly with your family and their cremation needs. If you would like more information on the services that we have to offer, please contact us 231-733-5200 or go on our website www.muskegoncremation.com. Thank you.